My name is Lisa. I'm a high school graduate working diligently in a private company. The workplace environment is fantastic. My seniors, boss, colleagues, and juniors, everyone gets along so well. I'm enjoying every day to the fullest in such a blessed environment.
Finally, break time.
It's been hectic since the morning, hasn't it? But the afternoon will be more relaxed.
Right, it's better to be busy in the morning. The rest of the day feels easier.
Yes. Time also flies by faster.
Indeed. All right, let's push through till lunch break.
She is my colleague, Mia. Mia joined the company with a college degree, so she's older than me, but we get along particularly well. That's why our break times are always so much fun. Then, one day.
Lisa, can we talk for a minute?
Sure, what's up?
Well, there's a matchmaking proposal for you.
Huh? Matchmaking?
Yes, we've received a good offer from an old acquaintance. The other party would really like to meet you.
I was genuinely surprised when my mother brought up the matchmaking proposal suddenly. It was from an old acquaintance of hers, so I decided to hear them out and agreed to the matchmaking. A few days after this conversation.
Matchmaking. You mean the traditional kind with all the formalities?
But I never imagined matchmaking still existed in the Raiwa era.
True. But hey, he might be super rich.
I dream about marrying into wealth, but I'm concerned about ending up with someone incompatible.
Lisa, it's all about the experience. And hey, maybe you'll get to eat something delicious, right?
Oh, Mia.
Sorry, I was just kidding. But don't be so nervous. Lisa, you'll do great no matter who the other person is, so don't worry, okay?
I was nothing but anxious about my first ever matchmaking experience. However, Mia's encouragement and support made me feel more at ease. And then, the day of the matchmaking arrived. Nice to meet you, I'm Lisa. Thank you for today.
I'm Lisa's mother. Thank you for being here today.
Nice to meet you. I'm Noah. Please, let's have a good time today.
I'm Noah's father, Keenan, and this is my wife, Ren.
Nice to meet you. Oh my, what a beautiful young lady you are.
Indeed, she's even prettier than in the photos. Right, Noah?
Dad, Mom, you're both so enthusiastic. Sorry about that.
No, not at all. It's very pleasing for a mother to hear her daughter praised.
By the way, Lisa, which university did you graduate from?
Oh, I didn't go to university. I started working after high school.
High school graduate. I see. And what do you do now?
I work in an office, a regular clerical job.
Clerical job.
Is there something wrong?
What's going on? Both of you suddenly went quiet. You seem different from earlier.
The matchmaking session started off smoothly with calm conversations. However, when the discussion shifted to education and jobs, the demeanor of the potential partner's parents started to seem off. Nonetheless, as I continued to converse with Noah.
Really? I wasn't informed she was this kind of woman.
Exactly. We thought she was from a more prestigious background, a more accomplished person. This feels like a betrayal.
Excuse me.
Look here, a high school graduate is considered lowly educated, a loser who can't fit into society, you know? And to think you do clerical work, something anyone can do, and yet you dare to converse with us as equals.
I am an executive at the major Kausaka Bank, and Noah is an elite employee at the large firm KST. In other words, a woman without status like you is from a different world than ours.
Both of you, what are you saying all of a sudden? I apologize for my parents.
Oh, no, it's...
Noah, what are you apologizing for? They're not even common folk. It's unthinkable to marry someone like her.
Exactly. A high school graduate, huh? Just a lazy person who slacked off instead of studying. While Noah was working hard for university exams, she was probably out playing.
That's rude to say.
What's rude is them hiding their status and arranging a matchmaking with an elite.
We're calling off this matchmaking because of their deceit.
Understand this. Never show your faces to us again.
Although I had several things I wanted to say, arguing back would only have made matters worse. Considering this, my mother and I decided to go home. However, despite behaving normally, my mother was clearly seething with anger. A few days after the matchmaking incident, my mother took me to a certain place. This is Kusoka Bank, right?
We have a bit of business here.
But this is where?
What? Aren't you the matchmaking partner from the other day? the less than commoners.
What could poor people like you possibly need at a big bank? Surely you have no money to withdraw.
During the matchmaking, you made quite a lot of enjoyable comments.
What? You came all this way to thank us for that?
Yes, I was planning to deposit 50 billion yen here, but now I've come to cancel that.
50 billion? Huh? Don't make me laugh. How could someone as poor as you have 50 billion?
Oh dear, have you been living in poverty so long that you've forgotten how to read a bank book?
You two aren't worth talking to. Move aside, please. Isn't the bank president around?
Do you really think the president would bother to speak with people like you?
I've already discussed this with Mr. Drake, so I don't need to deal with you.
Mr. Drake, how does someone as poor as you know the president's name?
My, it's always a pleasure to serve you. I apologize for not being able to greet you sooner, despite your contact.
President, why are you bowing and scraping to these people?
As my mother and I were about to speak to the receptionist, Noah's parents started mocking us, continuing their disparaging remarks as if the matchmaking session was still ongoing. Then, Mr. Drake, the president of Kusoka Bank, arrived, apologizing as he approached. Noah's parents, who initially didn't believe my mother's story, reacted.
Mr. President, there's no need to bow to these people. They're terrible.
Exactly. And they even fantasize about depositing 50 billion and then canceling it.
What are you saying? Is that how you treat a major client?
Why are we being scolded?
Right? We shouldn't have to deal with this nonsense from poor people.
Don't be so disrespectful to these individuals. How dare you treat such esteemed clients this way?
My wife and I merely pointed out that they are from a different world.
What do you mean a different world? That's something for this lady here to say.
But they made their daughter work right after high school instead of sending her to college.
And the daughter neglected her studies and now just casually works an office job.
People like that can't possibly have 50 billion.
Idiots. Everything they said is true. The ones who are wrong are you too.
So, the 50 billion yen deposit stories.
She said she was canceling it, right?
Yes, I did say that. I can't entrust my important assets to a bank with such people.
What? So you actually have 50 billion yen?
There's no way people who are just high school graduates and unemployed have 50 billion yen.
Well, my mother is quite a well-known affluent individual, but it seems you weren't aware.
This plain-looking woman is a wealthy person.
That's impossible. Even my husband, an executive, doesn't have 50 billion yen.
Being an executive or whatever, he's still a salaried employee. I won't argue with that. But you know, I don't care what you say about me, but what you said about my precious daughter, I will never, ever forgive.
Well, that is,
As it turns out, my mother is a well-known affluent individual, recognized by those in the know. Noah's parents, unaware of this, were taken aback and trembling.
Madam, I am terribly sorry for the inconvenience. You two, apologize properly right now.
Why should we apologize to these people?
Exactly. It was just a little misunderstanding. No need to apologize.
They bank with such people, even if it's a major one, has no credibility. I will cancel the discussion about depositing 50 billion yen here.
Please reconsider that.
I thought the bank president's name being Drake was a good omen, but with an executive like this.
Then we will dismiss Keenan and review and reinforce our employee training.
Why should I be fired? Abandoning an executive is outrageous.
Right. Please realize that the president is the one who's wrong.
Taking such an attitude with a customer is fundamentally incorrect.
If my husband gets fired, our current lifestyle will be impossible. We won't get the severance pay in millions. Are you telling us to live a poor old age?
Wow, you really only think about yourselves, don't you?
Whatever lifestyle you choose to lead is none of the world's concern.
Why should we be the ones to suffer?
Because you acted foolishly, only thinking of yourselves. It is our duty to serve all customers with integrity.
Every bank employee is usually so polite. That was also one reason why I decided to deposit 50 billion yen with Kusoka Bank. Seems like a mistake now.
There are no other disrespectful individuals like them among our staff. You two, will you not apologize properly?
Mr. Drake, the bank president, apologized to my mother repeatedly. However, Noah's parents were.
Why do we have to apologize again?
Yes, losing the 50 billion yen deal is a big blow, but it was never ours to begin with, so it's a net zero, right?
Stop talking nonsense.
Noah, why are you here?
I came to withdraw some money by chance. I didn't know my parents would be here working. I thought I'd say hello, but what on earth is going on here?
Well, if you were coming, you could have told us.
I don't notify you every time I withdraw money. To belittle Miss Lisa and her mother. I'm ashamed that such people are my parents.
Noah, how dare you speak to your parents like that?
No matter what, it's unacceptable to forget the kindness of being raised by your parents.
Stop your pointless chatter. Raising a child isn't about accruing debts of gratitude. Parents should feel happy just watching their children grow up.
Don't shift the topic with this talk of forgetting gratitude. Miss Lisa and your mother, I'm truly sorry for what happened during the matchmaking and now.
It's all right, Noah. You don't need to apologize.
That's right. You stood up for us, Noah.
Don't you dare speak to our son like that.
Exactly. Be grateful you're even allowed to breathe the same air as us.
That's what I'm saying. Stop with the disrespectful attitude.
While we were talking, Noah happened to arrive. Seeing the situation, he scolded his parents angrily. Although he apologized to my mother and me, his parents seemed displeased with that as well.
Noah is young and doesn't understand the meaning of this exchange.
What are you talking about? You're just disparaging them.
Look, your father and I hold significant positions at this bank. It's only natural to respond accordingly if someone who disrupts our operations comes in.
Then why is President Drake so angry?
Because we refused their deposit.
You don't have the authority to do that.
I am an executive. I should have some level of authority.
Enough. I've already said you're fired.
Wait, I told you being fired would ruin our luxurious lifestyle.
It's been like this the whole time.
They had already decided we were beneath them. Now that they know we have assets, they can't accept it.
Madam, we will deal with these individuals appropriately. Could we please continue with the asset deposit as planned?
I'd like to accommodate your request, Mr. Drake, but with their attitude.
Mom, Dad, just apologize properly.
I refuse. Because of you, I'm facing dismissal.
You've brought this on yourselves.
If you hadn't come, none of this would have been said.
Don't you think this judgment is due to your refusal to acknowledge your fault?
Quiet, high school graduate. I have no intention of being lectured by a young girl like you.
Don't you dare speak to Lisa like that. Enough. If you keep this up, I'll take further action. Understand?
My mother finally lost her temper at the excessive behavior of Noah's parents. But it seemed Noah was already beyond his breaking point internally.
You know people who can say thank you or sorry are the worst, right?
What's this, Noah? Why start saying that all of a sudden?
Maybe he's confused because the lady raised her voice so suddenly.
No. I've decided to disown you as my parents.
What did you say?
Why would you say such a thing?
I've disliked your attitude since the matchmaking, and I'm fed up with your condescending behavior. So, with this incident, I'm severing our parent-child relationship. We're now strangers.
Then, I will ensure that it's impossible for you to find re-employment.
That might be better, so no one else has to suffer like we did.
Then I shall proceed with your dismissal.
Wait, President, are you serious about the dismissal?
And why am I being dismissed too?
Becoming a president isn't something you achieve with a little effort, right? If someone that great made this decision, it must be correct.
I agree.
I think so too, Mr. Drake. Nice decision.
Much appreciated.
Wait, how are we supposed to live if we're fired now?
Don't you have savings?
Savings, well.
You said you lived a good life, but you're the type who's squandered it all with hardly any savings left. You were probably relying on a severance package, but that wouldn't have gone well either.
Also, I'm a stranger now, so don't expect any support from me.
Wait, think this rough, Noah. Disowning your parents is...
I can't hear anything.
At least take care of us in our old age, please.
Instead of relying on your child, become independent.
If you don't change your attitude about high school graduates being below citizens, you'll face even harder times. Thus, Noah's parents were dismissed from Kusoka Bank. My mother, once she decides on something, she follows through with it without fail. As she had warned, she made sure to block their chances of re-employment. With no income and unchanged spending habits, their savings quickly depleted. Unable to adjust their lifestyle, Noah's parents eventually resorted to borrowing money. After demeaning many people throughout their lives, their past actions came back to haunt them, leading them to live an outdoor life together. Meanwhile, for me,
What? No feast at a matchmaking.
Oh, Mia, you're always so focused on food.
I'm still growing, you know.
Lisa San, I'd like to date you with marriage in mind.
What's with the sudden move?
We're counting on you.
wait. Why is my mom answering for me?
But maybe her answer is the right one.
So, please marry me.
You're rushing things too much.
I started dating Noah, my matchmaking partner. He's kind and friendly, quickly becoming good friends with my mother and Mia. From our first meeting at the matchmaking, I felt a special connection, as if we were meant to be. Although finding a boyfriend was unexpected, my relationship with Mia remained strong and smooth. As love blossomed for me, I noticed the cherry blossoms around the city were in full bloom, signaling a new beginning in my life. I was excited and my heart fluttered with anticipation for what lay ahead. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.